I've been rapping for about 17 years, okay? I don't write my stuff anymore. I just kick it from my head. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. No disrespect, but that's how I am.
It's a road game for the Kings, and they're facing an interconference matchup in today's game. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Happy to have you along for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Taking a look at Toronto, winning their last 3 games. They'd like to make that 4 in a row here tonight.
Well, I don't know if these fans could be any more behind this team right now. The winning.
Some changes here for the Raptors. Amir Johnson's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Terrence Ross comes in for Johnson. And it's Vasquez in for Lou Williams. The Kings also with the sub. Thompson's checked in on the court for Sacramento. Up front, it's Thompson and Cousins. Collison is out there with McLemore. And it's Gay in at the small forward. 6 on the shot clock. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Rudy Gay traded twice in the last couple of seasons. Really, it was his big contract that led to him being dealt. Player, but the feeling was his production just didn't live up to the cost.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Early comes in for McLemore, and Miller's subbed in for Darren Collison. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what George Karl was saying to the team. The first thing he said to his players was that the transition game will be the single most important factor today. He wants them to push the tempo at every opportunity. He also told them their offense needs to center around the pick and roll. That's a play he feels they can use to really exploit the weaknesses in this defense. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
All right, Doris, thanks. Here's Early, and it's all evened up. Early's got his first points in this one.
And for Gay, traded from the Raptors to the Kings in December. Really, he had one of his best seasons once he was in Sacramento.
Patterson a screen on Miller. Lowry against Miller. Vasquez passes to Lowry. Feeds to Vasquez. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Vasquez. Guys in Sacramento, Rudy Gay shooting well and passing better. And Steve, for the season, did a good job of getting to the line.
Yeah, and I think he might have read some of his critics in terms of his game. He's been picked apart in terms of his shot selection and that sort of thing. So, that efficiency was exactly what a lot of people have been clamoring for.
So the Toronto Raptors guys looking at a rebrand for a team starting next season to celebrate their 20th anniversary in the league. Boy, time flies. New colors, Steve, and a new logo.
Yeah, they'd even considered a name change, but decided to stick with the Raptors. But a chance perhaps to go with that bird of prey connotation rather than a dinosaur.
Andrew Fields checking in for Kyle Lowry. Sacramento also making some changes. Williams comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Caspian for Rudy Gay. Vasquez, that's good.
The only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest seemed easy.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Early kicks to Miller. He feeds it to Williams. Caspi dishes to Thompson. Pass to Caspi. A 3-ball. The rebound by Johnson. Here's Vasquez.
Next Monday night, February 2nd, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Brook Lopez and the Brooklyn Nets. Do not miss.
And that concludes. And now the second quarter.
Okay, everybody, pay attention. We definitely got some stuff to go over from.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a. Well, it was Toronto winning their last game against the Pacers in Indiana.
And I think, Kevin, they really showed how important it is to have a strong bench performance. You go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve, throughout the game. They were really... Didn't make any difference who was out on the floor. You'll take every road game win you can, and they're happy with that one.
On the floor for Sacramento, Evans is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And there's Collison. Then it's McLemore. And it's Gay in at the 3 slot. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what George Karl was saying to the team. He said their plan was to run their offense through Collison. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks again, Doris.
Valanciunas, a young big man with some offensive promise. He can score on the left block. He's developing a nice touch from mid-range. Very intriguing player with that size and skill set.
And Valanciunas, a mobile 7-footer with good hands. That's a nice start.
It's always a great place to start when you're a big guy. Can you catch it? And not only good passes, but can you catch bad ones and finish around the rim? He can do all of that.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Clock at 6. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Williams. Nice D from Cousins.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
It's Williams with the drive.
James Johnson really seemed to solidify his place in the league with his play last year. You can tell he's slimmed down, and he's never looked more athletic.
The first one falls. And Johnson in great shape, able to play that hustle role.
And he's one bad man, Kevin. He comes from a martial arts family now. James, his parents, and his siblings all are black belts. Don't mess with those folks, man. Do not mess with them. Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Outside Lowry. Passes it to Williams. Dishes to Valanciunas. And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Pick it up out there.
I could use some help.
And the presence of mind to finish the play.
The Raptors making a switch here. Vasquez out there with Terrence Ross. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then it's Amir Johnson. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
Here's Early. He's guarded by Ross. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Now, toughness, such a key part of playing in the NBA. A lot of times people associate that word with physical toughness, but sometimes it's just mental toughness as well. Trying to play through injuries, just focusing through adversity, overcoming a shooting slump, being able to play under pressure. That's all part of being a tough player.
Steamsma checked in for Toronto. Andrew Fields comes in for Johnson. Fields' shot is good.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is having a tough time.
And McCallum kicks to Williams. There's the pass to McCallum. Here's Early. They need this. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Ross has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Now here's Vasquez. He's guarded by Early. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Grievous Vasquez, a 6'6" point guard out of Venezuela by way of the University of Maryland, is really a good passer and playmaker. Plays with a swagger and moxie that you love to see. You know, a couple seasons back, this guy averaged 9 assists a game.
The Kings making a switch here. Evans is checked in. And Vasquez with great size, Steve, for the point guard position.
And not an elite athlete, so he sometimes lacks the quickness to guard opposing point guards, but his height, his strength, and his grit and anticipation makes him really a viable option against a lot of different matchups in the league.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Patterson, the screen. Here's Vasquez. The shot is off, and Sacramento will go the other way with it.
But his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
Evans passes to McCallum. Off target from outside. And the Raptors with possession. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Ross, that's good.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Early shot's good.
Sometimes players have a fairy tale beginning to their career, but not him. It was a rough first outing.
Yeah, you know, he looked at ease for long stretches of the game, and the team, however, the team overall didn't look their best in the loss. We'll see how he continues to improve individually. Terrence Ross, I think, has a chance to be an elite 3-and-D player at the NBA level. Has 3-point shooting and defense.
Put it behind you now. Get ready to go.
Team player to watch.
Negeda has checked in for the Raptors. And a change. Here's Vasquez. Here's Toronto now. They're on a 15-4 run right now. And it's Fields in the corner. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Now here's Vasquez. Just 5 on the clock. Toronto needs to get off a shot. Ross. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got his 7th assist here tonight. And Terrence Ross can make some highlights, Steve, around the rim.
Yeah, so athletic. You'd like to see him get to the line a bit more. I think he has a tendency to settle, but, you know, as he is, a pretty efficient scorer.
Caboclo, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. Early, he's checked in for Sacramento. Here's Stauskas. It's good from long range.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but, you know, the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
The feed to Vasquez. There's the pick. Pass to Negeda. Here's Caboclo, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.